So, for my gene this week, I chose, as you can see on the screen, the gene COMT. And after doing some research, found out that it is actually located on chromosome number 22. So epigenetics is something that we were tasked to kind of do a little studying on and to find out what it is. And so essential definition of it is the study of changes in organisms caused by modification of gene expression rather than alteration of the genetic code itself. And so essentially, it's just the way that your behaviors or environment cause changes that affect your gene function, the way your gene ends up working. Um, and this happens like through your environment and behaviors such as how much you eat and what you eat, and your physical activity and sleep, etc., etc. Um, and so one of the things that is interesting about it is that epigenetics actually changes as you age. So this gene in particular is important because it is, for one reason, it is found in a lot of our body organisms that are really important, such as our liver and lungs, adrenal glands, bladder, ovaries, and placenta. So very much involved in replication of both meiosis and just general upkeep of your body as it as a whole. But the main reason that it is important is because it just plays a huge role in your mood regulation, your cognition, and stress response. So more of your mental upkeep than anything else. This mutation, it's important that chromosome or that gene is really important because of all those reasons stated. And in light of those, if a mutation occurs, depending on the kind of mutation that happens, one of the things that it happens is it really is in charge of your psychiatric disorders. So if a mutation occurs, really harmful, as I said, psychiatric disorders occur, such as schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, or even something such as bipolar disorder. It can really mess with your mind and your brain and take away functions that are normal to you. And it can be pretty scary because oftentimes you don't know what's going on, and it can cause dramatic mood swings, is another thing that can happen. And again, as I said before, often this can change as you age depending on your environmental factors and through epigenetics. So another thing that we had to research was kind of how keeping your genes clean or avoid dirty genes. And so I had to read an article and listen to kind of an interview on that. And in the end, I was tasked with coming up with just a couple with 5 different ways to really focus on keeping your genes clean and healthy. And so through, again, some more research and the interview and article, these are the 5 main things that really help with this. And so number 1, just to support your DNA well, you really want to maintain a good diet, making sure you're getting good whole grains and fibers and proteins that your body can break down as ATP. You really want to focus on helping your body out in this area by giving it good energy to be able to complete the functions that it needs to in order to continue life. Second, you really want to avoid toxins and stuff such as alcohol or smoking. These just damage your DNA, and when your DNA is damaged, it cannot replicate, and when it cannot replicate, it cannot continue on your functions needed for life. Third, this one is definitely trickier and it's not as straightforward as it sounds, but learning to control your stress is a huge piece of this. In a lot of cases, when your stress levels get too high, certain hormones get affected, and these actually can help produce more dirty genes. And so in order to reduce that and rid yourself of that and keep your genes healthy, learning to stop and do simple things such as stopping and taking deep breaths, or Sometimes people prefer physical touch or like soft material, or basically it's really different for everyone else. But there's ways that our bodies need to reduce our stress, and helping with that is really crucial to keeping your genes healthy. Number 4 is exercise. This is pretty straightforward. When you're exercising, your body's healthy. It breaks down things. It helps break down things that are not necessary, and it keeps your blood flowing well through your body, and helps your brain and your heart. And so that's number 4. And then finally, again, pretty straightforward and simple, but getting lots of really good sleep helps your body to shut down right, process things well, and have enough energy reserved to start again keeping your genes healthy and clean, and maintaining bodily functions in order for life as we know it. So the final thing is just, these are some of the references I used, the articles I watched, or articles I read, and lectures that I watched to find out some information on this. Thank you so much for watching.